Okay, so picture this. It's morning, maybe you haven't even had coffee yet, and already the phone, that relentless rhythm, right? That jarring symphony of digital pings and notifications, it just pulls you right into reaction mode before your day even gets going. A real storm of messages. So amidst all that external chaos, how do you, find an internal anchor? How do you actually find some peace?
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. Our sources point towards a really intriguing solution, the potential of 432 hertz frequency, especially the power to help calm you down after one of those chaotic days, filled with digital noise. And we'll look at how specific playlists like Quietude might help you relax.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating. Our sources suggest that things like sound, natural patterns, even mathematics can offer a kind of shortcut to calm, right when you need it most. So let's unpack this a bit. The idea, based on our reading, is that our bodies are like, intricate vibrating systems. Symphonies, almost. But then external stuff, like those nonstop phone alerts, they introduce these discordant notes. They throw the whole symphony out of whack.
Exactly. It disrupts our internal harmony. And this disruption, it can really manifest physically and mentally. Think stress, anxiety, just feeling fragmented. The real challenge, as our sources point out, is how do you repattern those internal vibrations when you're surrounded by all that daily noise?
Okay, so repatterning.
Yeah.
Where do we start? What's the blueprint for getting back in tune?
This is where it gets really interesting, actually. The sources suggest we look to nature's own principles of harmony, specifically the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio of the Fibonacci sequence, where each number is the sum of the two before, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and so on. It's everywhere in nature. The spirals on a seashell, how trees branch out, even flower petals like lilies often have 3, buttercups 5.
Flowers too, right, with those spirals?
Exactly. Sunflowers often have spirals of 34 and 55. It's this underlying natural code.
And that connects to the golden ratio, that 1.618 number.
Precisely. When you look at the ratio between consecutive Fibonacci numbers, it approaches the golden ratio.
Yeah.
And this ratio, phi, it's considered, inherently balanced and aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, so how does seeing or hearing this ratio help?
Well, the research suggests that exposure to things structured according to this ratio, whether it's visual or auditory, can evoke a sense of calm. It sort of resonates with our own innate preference for harmony.
Which brings us back to the sound frequencies you mentioned earlier.
Yes, specifically 432 hertz. Our sources often call it a natural tuning. Sometimes it's even referred to as Verdi's A, because the composer Verdi apparently favored it for its resonance. It's believed to be mathematically aligned with these universal patterns, potentially including the golden ratio itself.
Okay, 432 hertz, but you mentioned combining it with something else, binaural beats.
Right, that's where it gets even more powerful, according to the sources. Binaural beats are kind of an auditory illusion. So imagine playing 432 hertz in one ear and maybe 428 hertz in the other. Your brain perceives the difference, a 4 hertz beat.
Ah, okay. So your brain creates that beat internally.
Exactly, and that specific 4 hertz frequency, it's associated with theta brain waves,
which are linked to?
Deep relaxation, meditation, that really calm, focused state. So this combination, 432 hertz plus the binaural beat, especially if structured using golden ratio principles, becomes a potent tool. It gently guides your brain towards tranquility, even if the outside world is still noisy. It's like nudging your brainwaves into a calmer pattern.
So for anyone listening, dealing with that daily message storm or just feeling overwhelmed, this science is actually being applied, like in that Quietude playlist you mentioned, from CunFashion.
Yes, exactly. The idea behind playlists like Quietude, as presented in our sources, isn't just random ambient music. They're described as carefully engineered compositions. The frequencies, the beat patterns, the rhythms, they're intentionally informed by the golden ratio.
So it's designed as more than just background noise, maybe like a daily ritual, something to use during that morning notification chaos, or maybe to unwind later.
That seems to be the intention, to provide a kind of auditory sanctuary. These binaural steps, as they're sometimes called, aim to help you tune out the noise.
And the effect is?
The goal is to gently cleanse that internal construction site, the feeling of mental clutter. It allows your body's natural rhythms to sort of realign. Hopefully anxiety starts to dissipate and you find that sense of inner calm, like sidewalk zen almost. It's about consciously tuning into a calmer frequency.
It really shows that, even when the world feels like it's shouting at you, you can choose to listen to the whisper instead. The world is loud, that's not changing, but maybe your inner state doesn't have to be.
Absolutely. And it makes you think, doesn't it? about how consciously curating your whole sensory environment sounds, yes, but other inputs too could really reshape your inner world, turning those chaotic moments into chances for, well, for just being present and calm